So, it's another one of these videos. If you guys don't know what I mean, the last time I made one of these videos sitting in this chair in this exact area with the same camera angle, it got pretty deep. That's what's gonna happen here. I'm just gonna draw legitimately my original thoughts coming straight out of my mind. It's towards the end of the day. The day's basically over. I've done my self-reflection. I've done all the things that I need to do. I have 150 push-ups left to complete before I go to sleep. It's about 11:45. Everyone's asleep. Everyone's gone, sleeping, doing whatever the fuck they need to do. And I'm out here, I'm recording a video, and I have 150 push-ups to do. Speaking of, just give me 1 second. Okay, now that that's complete, the reason I wanted to make this video was for one simple thing, and it's that, you can tell by the thumbnail title, is that it is my birthday in about 10 or 15 minutes. Today is August 11th, tomorrow's August 12th. August 12th is my birthday. The exact time, I don't got a fucking clue. But August 12th is my birthday. And as I'm going through all the different things and options that I can do for my birthday, my dad is in Texas, he's not home, and my mom has work. And as I go through my head trying to think of, well, okay, well, what do I want to do for my birthday? I don't really give a shit, but I kind of do give it at the same time. I start thinking, life isn't really about, how much money you have, because a few days ago, you guys probably saw the video. I shared enough will be out by now. But a few days ago, I bought a brand new bike for $3 grand. That arrived. That brought me some happiness. It's continued to bring me happiness kind of as I ride it and whatnot. But none of these things are really actually fulfilling. None of them fulfill you. Like, for the same reason when you buy a Lamborghini, it doesn't really change much. What I've learned is, what it's all about is the people who you have around, It doesn't really matter how much money you made. It doesn't really matter what you've accomplished. But you want to find those like-minded individuals. And you guys kind of see this as a common trend topic that I talk about in every single one of my videos. But as I go through saying, okay, who should I bring to my birthday? I think, who are the motherfuckers that I'm going to stick by? And I go and think, okay, who are just my friends? And then who are my brothers? And it just so happens, a lot of my brothers are separated by location, so none of them are actually here, or none of the people that I consider my brothers or my very, very close friends are here, and I only have maybe one of my biological brother. And so, at the end of the day, no matter how much money you have, everything is really going to come down to how many people around do you have who are like-minded, that you really, really fuck with, that are close to you, that you know will never ever betray you. Honestly, to be honest, even if they don't want to make money, which is, I know like everyone says, hey, they have to want to make money and all that shit. Making money, becoming a multi-millionaire, and wanting that at a young age is a very, very low percent of people. You can go around and ask every single person in your fucking school, hey, what do you want by 20? And some of them, and 99% of them, will say, well, I want a nice job, and I want a decent car, maybe I want a wife, and a house, and a this, and a that, and none of them, very, very few, are going to come to you and say, I want to be a multi-millionaire. Very few. So, you need to understand, if you have that mindset, the number of people who are going to have that also is a 0.1, 0.2% of people. And then on top of that, some of them are lazy, some of them are losers, some of them are quitters. But to be honest, even if you already even want it, that 0.1% or whatever, that's already who you want to hang out with. But regardless, my point is, it doesn't really matter about that. The most important point is loyalty. If you know your friends are loyal to you, and they are at least not dragging you down, and they support you in everything that you want to do, then it's cool. You can be my friend, you can be my closer friend. But that trait of loyalty, and obviously if they're smoking, they're doing drugs, they're drinking alcohol, those are things you want to stay away from. Things that are going to drag you down, pull you down, bring you to not where you want to go. But let's say they're not really trying to make multi-millions. If they just support you, they understand where you're trying to go, and they support you doing that, and they're loyal to you, and they will never stab you in the back, those are the kind of people you want to hang with. And I'm looking around the world, and there's honestly not too many people who I could say, hey, I trust you with my absolute everything. I'll give you all my money in my bank account, leave it in your room, put my girlfriend in your room, and leave her there for 3 to 7 days, right? A week, 2 weeks, a month, And it's kind of hard, and honestly, the only real way This is why the self-improvement journey is so important. The only real way you find those people is by becoming a better person yourself. It's kind of like a magnetism, right? You need to become the person before you find those other people. So as I'm leveling up, as I'm becoming a better person, I'm going to eventually find other people who are doing the same thing. But if I never started the journey of self-improvement and becoming a better version of myself, I would never find those people. And putting your thoughts out there and having people know about it is the most important point. And you might be asking me, hey Keenan, what the fuck does this have to do with your birthday? What it has to do is, ultimately, nobody gives a fuck. No one cares. Everyone has to get up and go to work. And it all comes down to money. If everyone had money, maybe we'd all spend the day together and hang out and do whatever the fuck we wanted to do for it. But instead, I'm going to work, my parents are going to work, my brother's doing what he needs to do, going to his camp or whatever he needs to do. My dad's going to work. Everyone is going to work. And it just goes to show, nobody cares as a man how you feel. Maybe as a woman, if you cry, then maybe you'll get some flowers or some guy will come and give you a hug and fucking give you all his money or some shit. But if as a man, nobody really gives a fuck about you. Nobody really cares how you feel. Nobody really cares that it's your birthday or whatever it may be. You need to get the fuck up. You need to do what you're supposed to do. And you need to go and do what you're supposed to do. And do the work and put in the work. And that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow's my birthday. I have work in the morning. Then I know I have to go hit the door so I can hit my $8,500 quarter. Right? And if I don't continue pushing forward, I'm going to stay stagnant and I'm going to start falling. And I don't want to fall, and I don't want to disappoint God. And you should have that duty to yourself. And these are the days that are most important, because it is the easiest to be lazy. To just say, hey, tomorrow's my birthday. You know what? I think I'm going to take a rest. I think I'm going to take a chill day. I'm going to just, you can say no movies. I'm locked in. I'm focused. Stand by me and enjoy the fruits of my labor, or be gone. And that's what needs to happen. You need to get up and you need to go to work anyway, no matter how you feel. It's the same thing for Christmas. It's the same thing for New Year's. It's the same thing for Thanksgiving. You need to get up, you need to go to work, and you need to go to the fucking gym. You need to work on your mind, body, and your bank account, no matter what. And honestly, it's not even even about those things. It's just becoming the best possible version of you. You need to continually be working towards it. Then again, you say, hey, Keenan, what the fuck does this have to do with your birthday? I understand that. I know I need to work. But what does that have to do with it being important? And truthfully, part of me is sad. You can see probably I'm gonna end up cutting it out, but I'm giving it thought. And a lot of people don't ever do this. Give things thought. Think about it in your head. Understand who you really are. But truthfully, a piece of me feels sad. Feels almost lonely. And knowing that it's my birthday, I still don't have the things that I want. I still could be a better version of myself. I'm still not surrounded with the people that I want to be surrounded with. And I don't get to live the life that I want to with all the people that I care about and love. So to me, this is half a sadness and half a calling. To you should be the same. You need to become the best possible version of yourself. So on these days, you can have every single person you love and care about. And you can spend the time together, because time is the ultimate currency. You will never get it back. And part of me is also sad that I'm getting older. The more I get older, the more I'm closer to death. I'm running out of time every single moment that I get older without the things that I want. And honestly, people don't understand why do you want to be rich? Get rich or die trying. Why would you die for them? Life only really begins when you are rich. Everything else is bullshit. Life only really begins when you're rich. When you have the money to do the things that you want, explore the earth, do whatever the fuck you want. And, work. Working in conquest and becoming the best possible version of yourself is actually something that you kind of have to do. And then it also circles back to what's the meaning of life. Why am I even here? But I just believe I need to become the best possible version of myself. I do what I'm supposed to do every single day. And I have a duty ultimately to my ancestors and to my parents. Nobody understands this. Hey, it's your birthday, but I still need to work. Why? Because my ancestors, my parents, worked hard to put me on the fucking planet for me to be a fucker. I'm not gonna be a fucker. I'm gonna take my time, I'm gonna do my due diligence, I'm gonna do my work every single day when I don't want to, and I'm gonna make them burn. You guys should think the same. I know this video was a lot of, kind of just putting good ideas out there. That's what I'm doing, and that was the idea here. If you did actually make it to the end of the video, which I'm sure almost less than 1% of you did, but if you did, make sure that you go into my Discord server and honestly DM me. Say, hey Keenan, I made it to the end of your video. I thought XYZ about it. I'm genuinely interested because honestly, a majority of these people, I don't even know what views I am getting. Maybe 22, 30, I'm seeing like 40, 50. Like 40, 50 people is pretty crazy, but I don't know how many people are like actually going through the entire video. So the Discord server is the link in the bio. Click that, join that, shoot me a DM. I'm inside.